I was worried they were going to get iPads for all the kids. And to me, that was scary as an English teacher because we need kids to word process. I mean, all the time. And I had said, okay, then if you're going to get iPads, get keyboards. And so to me, the MacBook is a much better option. I know they say that MacBooks don't have viruses like PCs.
Right.
So, and, so far so good there. I mean, I've never had a problem with it. What else? Just the advantage of you open them and they're on. That it saves so much time. There's no logging in. There's no, I don't know. And also they're new and they're leased, so they run really, really well.
Sherry said some of the issues they had early on were that Edmodo looks a lot like Facebook, and so the kids were swiping between the two, but they have since banned Facebook. Also, one thing that she's had to do classroom-wise is to set it up so she can see the students' screens. Otherwise, they might be off task. But students seem really on task when they're working, and let's see what a few of them have to say.
We can do stuff a lot faster, and I don't know, it's a lot easier. Like, you can get a lot more accomplished in one day. Just type it up, like, say, essays, like we've probably done 4 or 5 of them in just 1 week in Mrs. Haggetholm's, and just I'm a lot faster typer than I am a writer. So just type it up, turn it on Modo, she edits it, and there you go. It's pretty fast. I think at the beginning they were a huge distraction because we didn't have like Facebook and Twitter and them blocked. But now they're blocked, so we can't go on them. And basically the only thing I use it for is like school activities and stuff.
Is that you don't have to carry around a lot of books all the time, and it's easier to turn in assignments and do assignments in PowerPoints. Like take the before school class with the computers, like that's really helpful, and to write down all your passwords and usernames because it's helpful.
That's a good idea. What sort of problems have you encountered with the laptops?
A lot of internet, like connecting to the internet at home, especially is a big one. Yeah, it's just internet.
Mostly internet.
I think the best things are pretty much not having to go to the computer labs and just having them right there in front of you, and being able to work with them all the time with everything. It's like, and it saves a lot of like writing and stuff, and it's just easier. Drawbacks? Yeah. Sometimes it's hard just to keep them charged all the time, but that's an easy fix. So some teachers choose to use them and some don't.
Okay.
I'll definitely tell them to be responsible in what they go on because we've had a lot of problems with like going on Facebook and everything, and we had the privilege at the beginning of the year, and now we don't. So they took that away. So just be careful what you go on because teachers will take the computer privileges away. The way that us kids grow up now, we know technology better than other things, so I think it helps a lot better. Like for studying and stuff, some kids find it easier to look it up on the internet than in the books.
My thoughts about the laptops are that they're really useful things. I use mine a lot for boring things, Word documents, spreadsheets, presentations, videos. I guess videos. There's a lot of professional stuff that far outweighs the recreational stuff. And just Google anything I need to know. Drawbacks to them, they're fragile. I don't like how fragile they are. The cases we've got, they're all right, but I'm just getting sores on my shoulder and back from them.
The laptops do introduce a little bit different classroom management and some other interesting problems, as Sherry explains.
Cons, the students have an 11-inch screen,
Yeah.
and to me that's, I mean, the 13-inch screen seems small to me, and it's a relief to sit down at a PC now and look at a nice screen up in front of you, whereas with these, and you'll see these big kids kind of hunched over, but they don't complain about it. So maybe it's a con, maybe it's not. I tried to go paperless. It could probably be done, but to me, grading hunched over a computer is not ideal.
Yeah.
I guess I like being hunched over papers, sitting at the kitchen table or whatever. The advantage is just that they can open them up and, if your lesson runs short, you can say, all right, start working on it without having to wait for a computer. There's a quizzing feature on here that's
Okay.
pretty slick.
That's on Edmodo you're talking
Yep,
about? Okay.
through Edmodo. You can poll kids, you can poll for understanding. You could use todaysmeet.com just to
Okay.
get feedback right away.
One class I observed was Mr. Daniel's sociology class. In this case, students were working in groups to analyze board games and textbooks for old, outdated stereotypes, language, cultural norms, traditions, and things of that nature. The students worked really well together in their groups, having opened a shared document and continued to enter notes as they talked. They were also able to access online content and share that with each other through their document. Students talked, but they also typed, and I was surprised by how they flowed back and forth so easily between the two. In fact, several students gave each other a hard time for not typing enough in the document.